No, I'm sure I put it back over on the hoist when I was using it. Hey?
Almost so angry.
Did you have your wanks last night?
No.
That's why.
I had one.
Oh.
I had one this morning.
Well, you shouldn't be that angry then. Maybe you needed 2 or 3. I think that might be what it is.
Cookie butter.
Yeah, man. Have a crack. Funny thing about that, you know how I was saying that I could fucking taste the peaches yesterday, like real good? Well, I got up this morning.
Oh, how much nick you got in that? Oh, what's this fucking dick on your head? Hey?
You're going to be a movie star, you ugly bastard.
What are you doing with that dick on your head?
Making a documentary about the life.
Yeah?
Yeah, something like that anyway. Hey? Well, that'll probably happen too. Ooh. And said, yeah. Oh, fuck. Yeah. 4.
Master.
Yep.
Z632.
I've just ordered another gasket for this. Well, no, there's still nothing wrong with it, but if it's popping out like that, I've got to check the PCV as well. It's got to be building pressure inside the motor. It doesn't just pop out like that. Yeah. Yeah, just about. Almost. Yeah, just about, man. It just needs sticker, book. The service. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's not great. Where's that old rocker cover? I threw the bin over near the yeah. The what? Oh yeah.
Tyres on for this thing, man. That Ranger, we got to change that.
So what I'm doing here is this is a comeback job. Customer came in for a basic service and we found that the rocker cover was leaking like a sieve. Upon inspection, we found, I don't know if you can see in here, this plug hole has been so hot that it's out of round, and it's also got holes all through it, which is why there's been oil leaking down into the spark plug tube. So it took us 3 days to order a new rocker cover, well, a second-hand rocker cover, because there was only one in the country apparently. And so we threw a new rocker cover gasket at it, installed it, and it came back about 2 days later complaining that there was an oil leak. So we had a quick look at it, and as it turns out, the rocker cover looks like it had grabbed a hold of something on the back of the motor as it was being installed and just slightly pulled the gasket out of the way, causing it to leak. So yesterday, in a rush, as always, any mechanic understands the fact that customers always expect an hour job to be done in 15 minutes. Customer brought it back, I took a quick look, then he started complaining that he needed to go to work. So done the best I could, resealed the gasket and reassembled the top end basically. Customers called again this morning saying that he can see the rocker cover actually hanging out the side. Originally it started leaking down here. After I resealed it, the gasket itself had actually popped out along here. Anybody knows gaskets usually don't just fall out like that. So I'm of the opinion that it's very possible the PCV was, oh shit, who the hell fucked with that? Anyway, so I've just tested the two PCVs by sucking on them with my mouth. Yeah, yucky, I know. And the PCV out of the old rocker cover seems to be in slightly better condition, so I've just cleaned them and installed the PCV off the old rocker cover into the new rocker cover in the hopes that this is going to stop the problem from happening again. I'm going to throw a little bit of sealant in here just to hold this gasket in there real nice. And technically you shouldn't need sealant because these permaseal gaskets are very rubbery and they've actually got little indents on them to stop them from popping out, but I'm not having this vehicle come back again with the same issue. So a little bit of this RTV super silicone by Worth. Really good stuff actually. So I'm going to use a little bit of that on here, and fingers crossed it's going to stop the issue. Well, the RTV is going to stop the gasket from popping out again. And with that PCV being replaced and cleaned, fingers crossed, it's going to hold in place while I install it back on the motor. Double check everything. By the way, yesterday after I double checked it, I used a little mirror on a stick basically to see down behind the motor where the original issue was, and there was no gasket hanging out. So it's obviously built up a little bit of pressure in there. Well, I hope so anyway. That would explain it. If it isn't the case, then I don't know, and I'll have to keep investigating. Needless to say, nobody likes jobs coming back, least of all me. Just gonna press this gasket into place nicely, make sure it's all sitting right. What are you looking for, Anthony? Oh, perfect. Make sure you follow the gasket around, making sure it seats in there nicely. Press it into place. Now I have ordered a new gasket. This is the new gasket, so that's costing the workshop 40 bucks in itself, plus essentially half an hour's labour. Or maybe a little bit more actually. I think we originally charged, well, originally we were doing spark plugs anyway, so pulling the rocket cover off was only an extra half an hour. This one's pretty much come back to bite us in the bum a little bit. But you got to do the right thing. A lot of workshops don't believe in that. And we'll try and charge the customer any which way they can. Yep. Okay, that gasket looks like it's sitting in there pretty good. Hey Murray, can you come and hold this wiring aside for me again, please?
I can hold your hand, mate.
You got to buy me a beer first.
Or 10.
Yes.
Yes, all of them.
So just sort of rip it up and out as far as you can. That's it. Don't worry about that cracking noise. That's standard.
Do you want a light to it?
No. Like doing things in the shade. Now, for those viewers at home, this is the technical, the hard part, where the gasket likes to get hung up on things. Just like that. Yep.
And the fucking engine oil filter, that's it.
Oh, okay. No brakes.
No brakes, no fucking puncture repairs, nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that seems to be sitting down there nicely. Cheers for your help, Bunge. Just go around and double check this, make sure it's all sitting nicely, nothing's hanging out anywhere. Now what I'll also do is I'm going to go and grab a little mirror on a stick so that I can have a look at the back of that rocker cover again and just triple check, because as I said, nobody likes comebacks. Especially some of us mechanics start to take this personally. I don't know if you can see in there. You can see the back of the rocker cover. Yep. 7 till 12 tomorrow. Okay, that looks pretty Mickey Mouse. These are all the rocker cover bolts up here. I just had a look at the video clip from when I was pulling this all apart. The vehicle had come straight off the road, so all of these components were sitting, depending on the component, was sitting anywhere between 40 to 80 degrees Celsius, which is burning my little fingies. The bolt holes in the back here, doing it by braille. Pretty much what I can see is what you can see, which is fucking not much. Hey? Yeah, well, kinda. I'll be talking to myself if nobody actually watches the video clip.
Talking to your people.
Yeah. Okay, double check. Where's me? Oh, there's my tool shop there. So I'll get one in there, and I've got one in the corner as well. Two nuts for the studs, and that is the rocker cover fasteners done. Now we're done with this bad boy here. Torch off because I need two hands. What have we got? 10mm. Oh, that's 11. Tricked myself before with that, didn't I? 10mm. Oh, actually, the back ones I need a small extension and some air. So they're tight, but what I'm going to do is check it again. Front's good. That side's good. A little mirror on a stick. Back's good. Looking pretty good. Can't get any better than that. Okay, so I'm going to go around doing them up with the air ratchet. Isn't the final step. I just sort of bring them down a little bit with the air ratchet and I'll go over them by hand. I certainly do. One last look. There's gasket goo coming out of there, perfect. One last look down the back, just to be 100%. Can't get any better than that. Okay, now I've also got 2 more little bolts down in the guts. Need to be done. Give them a little buzz. A little tweak. Now with these things, everybody seems to think that everything should be done bullshit tight. They don't. The only thing doing things up bullshit tight does is fuck gaskets and snap studs. And I feel like doing neither of those things. Alright, so the reinstallation of everything else. PCV line back here, throw that on with a little clamp. These clamps are always shit. I've got a little wiring block right here, which requires this little bad boy. Buzz that up. 10 mil, nope. That's the 11, that's the 10. Tight. And these obviously need a little bit of a clean. There it is there. They're obviously for your cool pack harness. Another fucking dodgy old hose. This customer's reasonably understanding. As much as he's understanding, he still somewhat expects everything to be done on the fly, which doesn't work. Just does not work. Another little one here. Okay, coil packs. Throw that shit over there. 1, 2, 3, 4. hole, in the hole. Cool pack bolts. In the hole, motherfucker. No, that's not the hole. That's the hole there. This one's been a little bit fussy. There it is. And number 4. Give all those a buzz. Plug the coil packs in. Okay, that's obviously for your airflow meter back there, so I'll chuck that up there. Now I've got to try and squeeze this air box back in, which is never fun. Air box mount bracket. Give it a little bit of a clean up, and there's the air box there. This part is not fun. I don't know who designs these things, but they're obviously not meant to be worked on. You probably can't see back there because it's a little bit dark, but I'm trying to force the back of the airbox. It's got an intake spout, forcing it into the intake pipe. This is the airbox mount, and that sits, that one, and that stud hole there, just like that. So, I can grab washer, nut, small bolt there. It's been torched to make sure that the airbox is actually lined up on that. Certainly is. That can be a little bit painful sometimes because as these vehicles get a little bit of age on them, the rubber hoses and pipes and stuff aren't so pliable. Now I'm going to do the old braille trick again, stick my hands behind there, and that plug right there has to go behind here somewhere. There's another connector, so I'm going to try and do that by braille. Wish me luck. That little click means I got it. Okay. Next step is I've got to get behind there and do up that clamp. There's a short 10. Grab that in behind there to make it a little bit easier. Let's see if I can actually see it. Okay. Got him. Fucking bonus. Oh, left my socket on there. Better retrieve that. Being snap on it's probably $60 worth at least. Airbox mounts. So that goes in there. That one there. There's another one over here. Obviously somebody else has been inside this vehicle before. There's quite a few bits and pieces that don't add up, or odd bolts with odd washers on them. Pretty standard of a car with 200,000 Ks. Done. Done. Front part of the airbox. Make sure those clamps haven't fallen inside. One of them has. Push him out. Okay, it's mounted solid. Oop. Can't lose that. Number 2. Starting to get a bit of sweat up. It must be about 30 degrees today at least. A little bit warmer in the shop. Don't keep a thermometer because we just don't want to know. Make sure that's up there nice and tight. And clamp him on. Okay. Just going to make sure that this accelerator cable is sitting where it should. And obviously there's a cable mount on the back. I don't know if you probably can't see that up there. I need to pop that in. Braille again. And because it's gushed oil out, I'm going to check the oil level as well. See if I need to top him up a bit. Yeah, it's all back together. Just check. Well, yeah, it's in there. Everything is 100%. I've checked it like 4 times. So, yeah, she's obviously lost a bit of oil. Throw a little bit more in there. As always, it's going to be a little bit hard because the oil bottle and the funnel do not fit in there. Give him a little bit of a spill. No. Go for a little bit more. left alone. I'd say that's probably the magic number. Pretty damn good. Alright, so from here I'm just going to give it a degrease, call the customer and monitor it, make sure nothing else goes wrong.